that you've been seen out hanging round. I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go. You win again. This heart of mine has never seen what everybody knows but me. To trust in you was my great sin. What can I do? You win again. Oh, this heart of mine has never seen what everybody knows but me. To trust in you was my great sin. But what can I do? You win again.
I want to thank you. I want to open the shot. You got it, Andrew. I want to thank you for that. Do you know what you've done there? You've brought me back to my youth days.
Oh my God!
I remember
they didn't have banjos when you were young.
It's not skiffle, but it's kind of Lonnie Donegan-ish.
Well, it is. Yeah, I actually first heard that song from Jerry Lee Lewis.
Wow, you knew this fellow.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
You knew many of these guys.
He's a mighty man. He was mad as a hatter, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Right.
Well, I think he's still alive.
Yes, yes.
And then he went out of favour because he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Oh, that's awful.
Well,
I don't mind marrying the cousin, but I do mind marrying a 13-year-old.
Well, that's only perfectly normal in Muslim countries.
If she was nice, if she was a lovely 13-year-old, she would have a delectable granny. And it would be the granny I'd be after, I tell you.
Well, there wasn't that much of an age difference between Jerry Lee Lewis and his cousin at the time. Although in the southern states, of course, it was taken wrong, you know, nasty.
God help us with Muslim country at the moment. I'm thinking of those poor children in northeastern Nigeria, for goodness sake. Now,
what's happening there?
Oh, you swell that you're out of the news. You're not listening to the news. Boko Haram kidnapped 270 children.
Oh God, yes,
took them away into but nobody knows where they are.
And they still have not found them.
No, they're still gone. And the boss of Boko Haram in the area stood up and said, "I am going to take them to market. I am going to sell them by Allah."
Good God.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not.
You see, that was what the UN was meant to do, to stop all that crap. But it's a paper tiger, the UN now, isn't it? It's a toothless thing. Not allowed to do anything.
Once in my life, I was the Northern Ireland Regional Officer for the United Nations Association. And that was to raise the profile of the UN here and let people know what it was about. But I mean, they are actually toothless tigers now. There's no doubt about it. It's awful. Anyway, we're not here to talk about sad things because people are trying to resolve that as we speak. But I thank you for that. Why don't they play music like that more and more, for goodness sake?
Well, because why don't they? I don't know. Because it doesn't go.
Isn't that what they want?
Yeah.
You pass. You're in a queue of cars, and 5 cars ahead of you. You're hearing them. What's all this about? You know, for goodness sake.
This is what.
But that's gentle and lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually brings out a kind of romantic side of me, Tom.
Oh.
I do feel that way.
Well, I feel very romantic as well at the moment.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
You're blessed.
I'm blessed indeed.
You've been visited by an angel.
I have been visited by an angel.
I'm not asking you to say anything that you don't feel inclined to say, but you may speak freely.
I tell you what's amazing is that I've spent 60 years searching for a soulmate, and it's not until I was 70 that I found one.
Do you know something? I'll let you into a secret. I met Tom yesterday with Ilan, and I'd almost bet. Now, I'm not a betting man, but there is something within me saying that Newman may have possibly found a soulmate.
I think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
And you want to check, first of all, that she's not after you for your money.
She's not after me for my money. I've already checked that.
Yeah,
I
that's
told
good.
her.
That's good. That's
I
good.
told her quite honestly how much money she's got invested in me.
In me, yeah. It's so good to see
She
you,
pays her
Tom.
maid a lot more
Yeah.
than I ever get.
Of course,
so
of course.
We're grand.
When are you going to
She's
have
wonderful.
the rapprochement with
rapprochement?
it's not a good one. Don't ask me to spell it.
Yeah.
I won't spell it for
I
you.
won't. I won't.
No, but with Richard,
Oh, there's no rapprochement.
needed.
I tell you what, no. Richard and I are grand. There's
Really,
no
that's good news.
Oh, yeah.
We're
very
talking
good.
Richard Branston here.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's been supportive of your Celtic work.
He was very supportive.
Celtic
God
tubular
bless him. He
bells.
was indeed. Yeah. But I think at last I've managed to lay that. I've been carrying that whole tubular bells thing
About
for
3 years,
for
4
many,
years?
many. Yeah, but I mean the whole tubular bells
Oh yes,
thing, you know,
yeah.
was like a
Right from the
monkey,
start.
like a monkey on
Yeah.
my back, really.
Yeah,
In a lot
right,
of ways.
right from the time with Mike.
Yeah.
Mike Oldfield. Yeah.
And what I've done is laid it to rest just over the last year because I've brought out my own. It's not exactly a Meisterwork, but it's very close to it. It's close to my heart. An album called The Secret Life of Angels.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this.
Aha, well, it's wonderful.
First of all, where did the muse come from to do it?
It just arrived. I tell you where it came from. I was thinking of the last time, going back to Mike Oldfield again, unfortunately, but when I was working on the Tubular Bells 2 project in the 90s, we were toying with what to call the record, and I came up with The Secret Life of Toys, and we threw that around for quite a time because Mike liked it and I liked it as well. I like the idea of there being a secret life, an unknown parallel universe where things like toys and motor cars or whatever you like, you know. I mean, it's quite childish on some levels, but
No, I understand
there
what
is
you're
a
saying.
philosophical basis for it now in
Yeah.
in the concept of parallel universes
Yeah.
in astrophysics and particle physics. It's not inconceivable that other life forms live in a different conscious time frame to our own.
You see, I wrote 2 Christmases ago, I wrote the ballad of O'Hare's drapery shop in Warren Point. Where at
Ballad
night
of
time,
O'Hare's?
yeah, where at night time in the drapery shop, when they had closed down for Christmas, with the rain battering down on the street outside and reflecting the lights of the town away from the shop, that all of the mannequins became alive again, started to dance and gavotte again. All of this occurred, and that the mouse, the shop mouse who lived in a hat box on the back shelf, was observing everything and telling the story. It's a wee bit like that, the secret
That's
life
very good.
of... Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that metaphysical?
Well,
maybe?
it's metaphysics. Yeah, very much so. And so the whole thing came out of that. The idea really was that the angels are creatures of air. You know, they don't necessarily exist in the physical plane unless we invoke them. But they have an agenda, which is to look after humans and construct a path for us through onwards and upwards, so to speak.
One of the great fairy tales, prayers of my childhood. O angel of God, my guardian dear, by whom God's love commits you here, ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide.
There you
Amen.
are.
Angels.
Absolutely.
So continue, pray continue.
Well, what they're not confused, the thing that they find themselves looking after, us frail physical humans, it's completely unknown to the angel population what the idea of possessing mortality is like. We are born, and soon after we're born, we learn that we're going to die. I remember being that high and being at wakes in the west of Ireland, and you're standing, you're this high, and there's a coffin standing there with a dead man in it or a dead woman in it, and this person was talking to you 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So that coming to the understanding that they've become dust is something that angels can't conceive of. And yet, despite the fact that we find out that we're going to die and disappear, we still have this enormous energy and spiritual force that makes us curious and gets us involved in the world, in the physical world and the spiritual world. And we have this ability to feel in the same spiritual world that the angels are in, and yet we're physical. And I think that they would find that fantastically poignant. And they're kind of envious of it because it's something that they're completely denied. They don't know what it's like to know that they're going to die because they're immortal, obviously. So I was exploring the ideas of angels actually being able to experience the human condition momentarily.
And this started to filter through musically.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So there's one of the tracks that I did a little video on Facebook was Raphael's bicycle. The idea that the Archangel Raphael.
I saw you as the Archangel Raphael.
Yeah,
coming up to the bicycle.
No, that wasn't me. That was the Archangel Raphael.
That's
it was
why
fortunate.
we just
we took a camera out into the forest in Narrowwater, leaned a bicycle against the fence, and waited.
And
all of a sudden, this angel appeared, and it just happened to look a little bit like me from the back.
But you are an angel.
But
you know well.
And picked up the bike and tried to learn to ride a bicycle in the physical plane, you see. And that fascinated. That was good.
He tried his best. So give me. It's most remiss of us. We don't have the musicality here at the moment. Yeah. Is there any way we need to put it into the system?
No, come here.
Bring it over.
Bring it here. This
Thank
is
you,
my
Ilana.
soulmate, Ilana.
Ilana's from Brazil.
She's from Rio de Janeiro.
She's the girl from Ipanema.
She's the girl from Ipanema. She is indeed.
Yeah, but she won't let us see her.
She won't let us see her.
I think she's an angel.
She's very shy, but
she's an angel.
Gorgeous.
I
think she's an angel because since she came into my life last June, it's been she's turned me around completely.
That took some doing, Ilana.
Yeah,
some doing.
I was kind of sitting quite happily on the gentle slope from 70s to oblivion.
No, you weren't.
A bit like
you.
You
lie.
You know?
You did not. You were incapable of sitting quietly, waiting for oblivion.
Well, in as
you will
much
die
that we are,
doing
people like us.
a triple forward somersault on trapeze and Duffy Circus. I know you will.
This could be
so
true.
This is the thing, but we can't hear it now because we had it earlier.
Well, it's in there.
It's in. So give me a clue what it sounds like. Some clue. Can we do it in the kind of mouth music to get a clue of what mouth music? Well, we'll do mouth music.
The Raphael's bicycle starts with a banjo going dong ding dong 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 ding, just a little kind of dong dong ding dong 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 ding dong ding. But then it keeps faltering because he doesn't know what to do next. So it's kind of humorous in a way, and it's as humorous as I dare go with archangels because they're fearsome. You know, we've set them up as fearsome creatures, but elsewhere on the album there's some fearsome music from the star of the morning, the fallen angel. So he's in there as well.
Lucifer's grief.
Yeah.
Did it come through to you that Lucifer was actually grieving at the loss of paradise?
Interesting. Yeah, this is the one. Lucifer is the one angel that can, I imagine, experience grief at being separated from the High One, from the great architect, from the Lord. So, you know, being deprived of the love of God would be grievous to an angel.
Yeah,
and
he wouldn't like that.
He's the only angel.
He wouldn't like that.
He wouldn't like that. No one would like that.
But then Raphael comes in, away from Lucifer. We've Raphael's Saraband.
Yeah. I mean, these are all kind of semi-classical pieces written with guitars, with modern instrumentation. So they're kind of, it's classical music, but kind of modern. And
I can't wait to hear this.
What
I'm going to promise you, what we'll do is, we will process this, and I will be playing it on tomorrow's show.
God bless you,
I'll also be playing it tonight in my own place. Uriel's Secret, Raphael Saraband.
Yeah.
And they're... That glorious spirituality in the middle of it all, the light brown hen.
Yeah.
I know where you got the light brown hen from. It was eaten in the middle of the courtyard at Narrowwater.
It was at Narrowwater. I was writing the piece of music, and I looked out of my window, and there was a little light brown hen clucking about in the yard.
It's wonderful.
And I thought, oh, what a lovely picture. And then I carried on a bit, and I looked up about 10 minutes later, and Marcus's Irish wolfhound was trotting across the yard with the light brown hen hanging out of its mouth.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to laugh.
Oh dear, I slapped the microphone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So this is wonderful.
But the other wonderful thing that's happened since I met the wonderful angel Ilana is that I've been asked to write music for weddings. In fact, a special wedding that I can't speak about at the moment, but it's opened up a whole area that I'm kind of keen to pursue because it's very interesting. I'll write pieces of music for people's weddings, and they can give me ideas if they like particular tunes.
Yes.
Then they can say, oh, we like White Shade of Pale or whatever it is, and I can write them a piece of music that is their music and is owned by them. For their wedding, and they can possess it for the rest of their lives, and they can even get royalties from it if they want to.
What I'm going to ask you? What about music for my funeral?
Oh my
God! That I can possess for all of eternity.
I'm not going to be old when you die, Rowan. I will be long gone. I'm afraid.
No,
because,
you won't. No, we're going to soldier on. We're going to keep going. We have to keep going. It's very important.
Keep going.
Yeah, we must do. But it's a huge thing to be doing, and. I think it's a great idea to be doing the music for weddings.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
It makes an awful lot of sense.
Well, and, I'll be posting a page on Facebook about it. So
we want to hear about
anyone who's out there who's getting married,
music
and they want
for weddings, and it'll be special
piece of music, they can come and talk to me on Facebook.
Andrew, could you look after that, please, if you wouldn't mind, at the door? So, welcome to Angelica. What is that about?
That's just a welcome to what it would be like in the Elysium fields, so to speak. It carries us across into the land of.
Are you taking us to heaven? Are we talking heaven here?
Well, it could
Elysian fields.
Could be because I don't want to tread on any other religion's feet, so to speak.
Every religion needs its feet trod upon, solidly trod upon, jumped upon, danced upon, got rid of upon.
Oh my God!
Because religion is the obstacle to spirituality and the pathway to God.
There is
That's
lot
my
to
philosophy.
be said for that. Yeah.
I see you're slightly demurring there.
There's a saying that I remember from my childhood. Well, not my childhood, but when I was actually studying a martial art at the time. And my sensei said to me, the ways to God are greater than the breaths of the sons of man.
That's very interesting.
I like that. I've always kept that in my
I think
heart.
fundamentally, the way to God necessarily leads through the world of action.
I'm sure it does, yeah. Action speaks louder than words.
I think so. Who was it? Was it Francis of Assisi who said... He said, go forward and tell the message of God's love. And sometimes you can use your voice.
Very good. I like that. Francis of Assisi. He was a good man, Francis of Assisi.
I think so.
All of these people were good men, I feel.
Yeah. Do you believe in a God?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously?
Yeah. I have a God in me all the time.
Really?
I'm on very good terms with God.
Yeah, I am too.
He kicks me up the arse periodically, quite frequently.
Well, that's just a gentle...
Less since I met Ilana.
Yeah,
Ilana isn't definitely an angel who's guiding me, so I'm very over the moon. I'm looking forward to our next 30 years together.
I love that. That's a good idea. I'm looking forward to being your friends for the next 40 years.
Oh, you will indeed.
I'll be there waving.
I'm sure there's room.
Hello. Lovely to see you. Nice.
There's room for you.
And I'm coming out one door and you're coming out there. I say, hello, Tom. Hello, Ilana. How are you this morning? And you say, well, very jolly, very jolly. I say, well, I'm going to the shops. Would you like some papers? I bring you the papers. I've got the Catholic Herald and the Presbyterian World for you. I'll bring all of that back to you.
Well, she'll have the Football Gazette because she coaches footballers and racing drivers and all sorts of people. She's a kind of a spiritual life coach.
I think that's wonderful.
And it works well.
Life coach.
And I'm sure there'll be a room in her house in Rio de Janeiro, halfway up the mountain.
That sounds
So
lovely.
you
Lovely.
can come and visit anytime you like.
Are you going to Rio de Janeiro? You
I
are.
am indeed, yeah.
Yeah, well, sure,
Yeah,
why wouldn't you?
very soon.
Why wouldn't you? You'll need to, you know, this big at the top of the mountain, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They were,
What's it
It
called?
was starting to, the Christ statue.
It's a Christ
yeah.
figure, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
it started to, lightning started to strike it, and they had to do
Well,
major
I'm not
work to it.
surprised it's sticking up in the air. I mean, lightning.
Well, it's just God reaching down to say hello to his son. That's what it was. Don't you know
No,
this
he's
thing?
just trying to touch the lightning's just trying to earth itself to the highest
Absolutely.
point, you know, that's
Come
wet.
back to your spirituality. It sounds
Oh,
nicer.
sorry, yeah,
you
it
know,
does
you know.
indeed.
Tom, thank you. I'm going to play this tomorrow.
Thank
and
you, Rowan.
I really thank you for coming in, and I wish you and Alana all the very, very best.
God bless you,
God
sir.
bless you. Good
And
to
we'll
see
see you again, I'm sure.
You shall, without a doubt. Take your microphone off. There
Take my-